So why is Microsoft spending billions to put Copilot in everything? It's their AI future. It's baked into Windows, baked into Microsoft Office. It's also in a whole new line of PCs that they're selling. So why are they now quietly being forced to dismantle that vision? The answer isn't in their press releases. It's hidden in a perfect storm of broken partnerships, a legal minefield, and a user base that has finally just had enough. So for the past 2 years, Microsoft's been on an all-out blitz, weaving its AI companion Copilot into the very fabric of its software empire. They even called 2024 the year AI would become a first-class part of every PC. But behind the big announcement, a different story is unfolding. This isn't a story about bold innovation, it's a story about a forced retreat. Listen, I'm going to break down the three-front war that's forcing Microsoft to walk back its grand vision for Copilot. I'm going to show you just how the very partnership that gave them a head start has now become a massive liability, and how a series of bombshell lawsuits threaten the very data Copilot is built on, and how a fierce user backlash is making them reverse course piece by piece. The core of Microsoft's AI strategy was built on one thing: a special partnership with OpenAI. Microsoft poured in over $13 billion, and in return, they got what seemed like the keys to the kingdom: an exclusive license to OpenAI's world-leading models. This was their moat. While everyone else was playing catch-up, Microsoft had the golden goose and was putting it in everything. But that all changed. In April 2026, Microsoft and OpenAI announced a major overhaul of their partnership. If you read between the lines of the corporate speak, you'll find a bombshell. Microsoft's license to OpenAI technology is no longer exclusive. Let that sink in for a minute. OpenAI is now free to sell its model to anyone: Google, Amazon, Apple, all of them. They can all get their hands on the exact same tech that powers Copilot. The very thing that made Copilot special is gone. Microsoft's protective moat has been drained. So what does this mean? It means Microsoft can no longer win on technology alone. This fundamental shift wasn't just a business problem. It was the first crack in the dam, because now every legal problem OpenAI has is also Microsoft's problem, but without the benefit of being the only game in town. And those legal problems are piling up fast. The dirty secret of AI, the one nobody in Silicon Valley wants to admit, is that it's nearly impossible to build these powerful models without using copyrighted material. This reality is now at the heart of a legal firestorm that's directly threatening Copilot. The most prominent case was filed by the New York Times in 2023. It alleges that Microsoft and OpenAI illegally used millions of copyrighted news articles to train the models Copilot depends on. The lawsuit claims these AI tools are just creating products that substitute for the original journalism, stealing audiences and revenue. But wait, that's not all. A massive class action lawsuit was filed by open source programmers back in 2022 over the GitHub Copilot. They argue that the tool was trained on billions of lines of public code, violating open source license that requires giving credit to the original authors. While a judge dismissed some of the claims in 2024, the core of the lawsuit, alleging a breach of contract and license violations, is still moving forward. The legal pressure is immense. Every time Copilot summarizes an article or writes a block of code, it risks infringing on somebody's copyright. This puts Microsoft in a terrible position. If they use the high-quality copyrighted data, they face potentially billions in damages. If they don't, Copilot gets a lot dumber. This legal time bomb helps explain why the aggressive rollout suddenly hit a wall. But it was the war on the third front that turned the pullback into a rout. That's their own users. So while lawyers were busy filing lawsuits, a different kind of rebellion was brewing on the desktops all over the world. Microsoft's strategy wasn't just to offer Copilot, it was to force it on you. It started showing up everywhere, in the taskbar, inside apps, even in Notepad. For many, it felt less like helpful assistant and more like an unwelcome backseat driver. The backlash was swift and fierce. Forums and social media exploded with complaints. It got so bad that there was third-party tools that had a single purpose: just to rip Copilot right out of Windows. In March 2026, a blog post said that a top Windows executive essentially waved a white flag, acknowledging the flood of user feedback and promising to be more intentional about how Copilot is integrated. So by spring of 2026, the company started quietly walking back its most aggressive moves. In an app like Notepad, the Copilot brand was replaced with a more generic sounding writing tool. The Ask Copilot button was removed entirely from the snipping tool and the Photos app. Then, in April 2026, they rolled out a new policy allowing administrators to completely uninstall Copilot from Windows 11. A clear admission that their forced integration strategy had backfired completely. So they were trapped. Their partnership was no longer exclusive, their training data was a legal nightmare, and their own users were in open revolt. Microsoft was being forced to dismantle its flagship AI strategy. But just killing it entirely was never an option. So what did they do? They pivoted, and this is the part of the story that reveals Microsoft's new playbook for the future of AI. But before I get into the escape plan, if you're finding this breakdown valuable, take a second to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what they did next. So here's the thing. Facing a crisis on three fronts, Microsoft didn't abandon Copilot. They're too invested to quit. And killing the product would look like an admission of guilt in those ongoing lawsuits. Instead, they executed a brilliant strategy. They pivoted away from the hostile consumer market and into the safe, lucrative, and legal, defensible arms of enterprise. Think about it. The big problem with Copilot is user backlash, murky copyright issues. Those are all minimized in the corporate world. Enterprise customers sign detailed licensing agreements. Their IT admins control exactly how and where Copilot is used. And most importantly, they're willing to pay a lot for it. So the evidence for this pivot is overwhelming. Even as Microsoft de-emphasizes consumer-facing Copilot features, its enterprise business is exploding. Recent reports confirm that Microsoft 365 Copilot has surpassed 20 million paid enterprise users, with massive companies rolling it out to their entire workforce. While you are trying to disable Copilot, Fortune 500 companies are paying top dollar to have it summarize their spreadsheets and draft all of their emails. This Microsoft escape hatch, the consumer version of Copilot, once the star of the show, is being demoted. It's becoming less visible, less aggressive, and more of an optional add-on. Meanwhile, the enterprise version is becoming the real focus. A tightly controlled, highly profitable tool where legal risks can be managed with contracts. The AI revolution they promised for everyone is quietly becoming a productivity tool for a corner office. So no, Microsoft isn't killing Copilot by choice. It's being forced to fundamentally reshape it. The grand vision of an all-knowing AI for every PC user has been shattered by the reality of a fractured partnership, a legal firestorm over copyright, and a user base that refused to be force-fed features they never asked for. So what we're witnessing isn't the death of Copilot, but its transformation. It's retreating from our personal desktops and reappearing in the corporate suite. Microsoft has lost its exclusive tech advantage with OpenAI. It's now facing the legal consequences of how that tech was built. And it learned the hard way that you can't force innovation on people. The result is a quieter, more cautious, and far less ambitious Copilot for the average person. It's not the future of personal computing they promised. It's a business tool. And that leaves us with the biggest question of all. As corporations get smarter, more powerful AI, are everyday consumers going to be left behind?